Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Odoo Live. I'm excited to see you guys today. I'm excited that you guys are here joining us in our partnership presentation. What I want to do today is talk about a little more about partnership, what that means for you, how we can create the ecosystem, but ultimately how everyone can benefit from these partnerships. First and foremost, I want to wish that everyone home is staying safe and well, and all your loved ones. And I also want to mention that in the chatter to the right-hand side, I believe, or perhaps left, I will have my colleagues joining me. My colleagues Guilherme, Thomas, and Anthony. They'll be answering questions for you as we go along. So if you have any questions pertaining to our tool, perhaps our partnerships, please punch them in there. And they'd be more than happy to go over those questions with you. So let's begin. I am JC Henkepi. I am part of the partnerships team here at Odoo. Part of my responsibilities here at Odoo is to onboard new partners, such as folks that want to create a business around the idea of Odoo for them to distribute. So me and the team and the folks that are going to be answering questions, part of their responsibilities is to answer questions that are perhaps functional, questions as to how you can monetize the tool, and then of course enable these answers for you to make an educated decision to adapt Odoo as part of your business model. So we're going to be talking about the partnership program today. And with that, I want to create a little agenda, a little framework for us to have this conversation. In this agenda, we're going to talk a little more about who we are as a company, where do we come from, where are we going, our unique value proposition, and how we stand in the market, how we stack in the market. After that, we're going to talk a little more about the challenges and opportunities that exist in ERP and how that can create an opportunity for you as an official partner. Then, of course, we're going to talk about the benefits of what it is to become a partner, what it is to be a partner of Odoo. And then ultimately, we're going to talk about, of course, what we all are here for, the monetization of Odoo. Finally, we're just going to give a couple of ultimate points as to what the requirements are for Odoo. But again, as I mentioned to you, if you have any questions, please chat them in the chatter, and then we'll be able to either A, answer them in the presentation that I have, or B, my colleagues are going to be able to answer them in the chat. Great. So about Odoo. Odoo is a company that was founded in 2005. And it was founded with the idea that and by the way, this is our founder and CEO. He wanted to help organizations grow by giving them powerful tools for them to be able to enjoy these tools, love these tools, and for that to allow their organization to grow. With that mission statement, we've been able to capture the audience of truly a worldwide audience. We currently have 9 offices worldwide and building yet another one in Mexico currently. But we truly are a diverse group that has been growing since 2005. We currently enjoy the satisfaction of close to 4.5 million users worldwide. We currently have about 27,000 partners all over the world in about 131 countries plus. 3,000 new databases per day downloaded. And what that means is that it makes us the ERP, open source ERP, most downloaded in the world. And of course, we currently have in our marketplace something to the tune of 21,000 different applications serving a myriad of different needs that the customer wants. And of course, we were able to get to this point because of our ecosystem, because of our robust and very diverse ecosystem. At the forefront, of course, and at the forefront of your business as well, is your customers, is our clients, our end clients. And of course, this is the base and the foundation of the ecosystem. They provide feedback for what apps we should be building better, what services we should be providing, and then ultimately how we make better and more robust tools for them. Of course, they enjoy the services of what trickles from the very top. Odoo, starting out at the very top, is what the beginning part, where we develop the core of the product. We service, of course, not only our partners, but also our end customers. and we take care of the bug fixing. That is, of course, being supported by a very strong community, about 20,000 members. And this is just a combination of programmers, implementators, developers, just consultants that are actively creating this very robust community. The community also gives us direct feedback for the product for us to continue bettering. Historically, I'm not entirely sure if you know, but we have developed or deployed a brand new version every year since we started. We're currently version 13, and every single year, like clockwork, we release a brand new version. And this is, of course, fueled by this ecosystem. And then, of course, is our partners, and hopefully yourselves in the very future, where the first point of contact, the first line of defense, if you will, in order to service our end clients is our partners. Our partners focus on these very specific applications that are important to our end customers. Every single business is different in their own right. Every single business has different ways of doing things. And one size does not fit all. And so this is where our partners come in and where they're able to create these customizations for them to be able to be enjoyed by our customers and to fit the business needs of the customers. I love showing this slide because a lot of companies ask, relatively small companies, they say, once I continue to grow and continue to scale, do I have to graduate into a different system? And the answer here is no, highlights that it's no. We see up at the top, large companies that utilize us. These are world-known and world-renowned companies. And but at the same time, we understand that our bread and butter is the small to medium-sized enterprises. What this slide highlights is scalability. Is the fact that you're able to grow within the same platform, within our platform, for you to be able to grow to a larger organization without having to create or invest in different ERPs along the way as you continue to scale. With the same platform that you began as a smaller company, you're able to scale to a larger organization. I want to talk about a little bit more about the unique value proposition and what we were speaking about. And with that, I want to sort of position ourselves in the relation of the product scope and how robust the system is, in how user-friendly it is, and how customizable it can be. We have worked really hard to get to this point, but the way that we position ourselves is the fact that we're able to offer a very robust system that is completely integrated, but most importantly, it's easy to use and it's very, very flexible. By the way, we get this data from Forbes in 2009, in which it highlights that for the average business, it's utilizing about 14 different applications to run their day-to-day operations, to manage their business. And what that ends up looking like is something like this, right? In order for you to communicate with your customer, there are all these barriers of entry really that are created along the way. It's a myriad of applications that end up being not natively integrated. There's no centralized intelligence. There could be data loss along the way. For folks that are in the programmatic aspect of things, there could be an API production. So you have to create an API and then maintain it. So it's not cost effective to the end customer. And then ultimately, the customers are creating themselves a barrier of entry. And that barrier of entry is expressed by training different employees in various systems. If you could imagine, we have seen these job requirements that we need to have somebody that has 4 or 5 years with say QuickBooks, for example. So that you're creating yourself a barrier of entry. The way that we see it is this. That is repetitive. We can just go to an all-in-one solution where there is no double entry. There's no repetition of the work. It's an easy-to-use platform. It's the same look and feel from application to application. So the onboarding times for your customers and ultimately the end users of the platform is far faster than the conventional either ERPs or the fractured system that we saw recently. An all-in-one single solution. And this all-in-one single solution was achieved because this platform is built in a modular fashion. What that means for you as an implementator and for your end customer as the end user of the platform is that they're able to pick and choose the applications that are important to them in order to build their ERP. They're able to pick the applications that they want to utilize and pay for without having to have extra baggage of different apps that they may not utilize. And this is really important because of the fact that it's modularly, the implementation times are faster than what we have seen in comparison. So this allows for scalability and swiftness of onboarding for your end customers. So Odoo as a whole is a very secure application. Again, we have the feedback from the community in order for us to create and abide by the most strictest rules of security, not only nationally, but also internationally. It's a customizable tool, and this is something that we're going to get into in the partnership presentation. It's a tool that it's easy to customize. We have a tool called Studio, which you're able to customize. But if your customer needs a very specific application that they want to personalize or build, then as partners, we have access to the source code for you to be able to customize it. I want to jump into cost effective and mention fast. It is a fast application as a whole. I think that I saw the data that between version 12 to 13, it was about 4.5 times faster, but also fast in terms of implementation. What that means is that the time frames that may disgruntle a customer a couple of months of implementation, we're limiting that, and we're honing in, because of it's built modularly, in faster implementation times, which makes it, going back to the top, cost effective. Not only is it cost effective in terms of implementation times, but it's also cost effective in terms of the integration that it has with all the other applications and what we have seen for different ERPs or different systems in the market. Of course, integrated applications, as I just mentioned, and then ultimately, it's an easy to use interface. Just by the way, I wanted to highlight this. We are often asked, where are we ranked or where are we pegged in comparison with other systems? And just recently, in the past year as well as this year, GetUp releases the leaders of specific categories. ERP, of course, is something that is robust, is something that requires a lot of thought and effort into it. And we actually have been ranked number one. This is something that is very, very exciting for us. We're very proud of this, mainly because we have seen that the market is responding really, really well in comparison to other more established brands that we have seen in the past, such as NetSuite and perhaps Dynamics. So we're very excited to have these accolades for, of course, the year 2019 and 2020. So mentioning of that, let's talk about partnership and what all of this means for not only yourself, but also for your end user, and perhaps stumble blocks that you stumble upon, perhaps issues along the road that you stumble upon, or your customers stumble upon. So what are the challenges and opportunities? So first, let's begin with the opportunities. We got this from Grandview Research, in which we're talking about ERP here. It's expected that by 2020, it's going to be an industry that grows to $48.2 billion. So the opportunity for you to have transparent systems, for systems that increase productivity, and for systems that enable decision making, the need is there. The challenges that we have seen is the following from our customers. Customers come to us, or customers come to our partners and mention that, or partners come and they mention that they want to diversify the offering of products to their end customers. Some of our partners may also say, or partner prospects, or you may say, that there's a lot of economic potentials for small to medium-sized businesses, but the solutions that they offer are prohibitively expensive. So this is where we're able to captivate some of the market. My client needs to develop an application, but I don't need to start from scratch or reinvent the wheel. Again, this is something that we offer, where you're able to pick and choose the applications that are important to you. If you need to build something on top of it, you're able to do so. My client is also using Odoo, and they need me to assist them. My client loves Odoo and needs to use it in his business. So let's talk about the partnership model here and the way that we are going to be able to support you. We are going to be able to give you the tools all along the way for you to be able to successfully be able to do implementations to your end customers. Partnership benefits. Well, initially, I think that this is something really important. The platform emanates from being a completely open source platform. From that, we transition into the enterprise version, which now is open core. What that means is that the code is open, but it's open to the partners. So the partners are able to access the code and they're able to modify and personalize the code for their own benefit. So as a hypothetical, as an idea here, if you want to verticalize a product, you're able to do so. If your customer wants a one-off application that is important to them and they want to, they need to personalize that application, or you need to personalize for the end customer, then you're able to do so. And you have this by being able to access the GitHub through a repository that we have, private repository, or you're able to download the code into your own server. You also will have, as a benefit, functional training on the knowledge base. And the knowledge base is exclusive to our partners. It's an aggregate of about 15 years that we have been in the market and working with partners to understand how to be a successful partner, how to grow yourselves with Odoo, how to service, how to create your services of implementation, and how to work efficiently with our marketing to create events and perhaps marketing for yourself with Odoo. How to grow yourselves with Odoo with your dedicated account manager. And the dedicated account managers are there to help you along the way. Account managers have a very similar role to me, and they maintain your account for a period of time, and they will guide you along the way on which best apps should you be implementing to your end customers. They will help you with business strategy to build your business of Odoo to be more robust. They will help you in commercial support, and the commercial support is expressed in two different ways. Of course, working with you in order to find solutions that are the best fit your need. But the support, let's say that you have a customer, and that customer you would like to do a personalized demo with them in order to evangelize them perhaps, or perhaps create differentials between what they're prospecting versus what we are. Then you're able to access our account managers for them to guide you into the business strategy as well as the commercial strategy of this very specific customer. As well as if we have, of course, leads in the system, and the market is asking for an implementator that has a very specific niche or need, then we would funnel this to our partners. And then, of course, speaking about leads and generating more business for yourself, you're able to publish yourself as an Odoo partner in our website, odoo.com. Odoo.com, by the way, gets about 1.6 million hits per month. This is really important because you're able to piggyback off of this very powerful SEO that we have. Attach the words that are important to you, attach the words that are important to your vertical. And of course, by that, if anyone is researching a very specific need that you are able to fulfill with that, then you're truly able to maximize your exposure, your visibility with our website. So it's a great tool for you to market yourself. It's a great tool to generate more and better leads. And it's a great tool for you to showcase, to create accolades about yourself, to showcase use cases, perhaps clients that you have had in the past, business cases that could be important to you as a business owner. And then of course, access to Odoo SH as a benefit of yours. But when I speak about Odoo SH, I have to regress a couple of seconds here and mention about the ways that you're able to host with Odoo. Odoo is a platform that we understand that there's different needs of the customer. And so we try to be as versatile as possible. And for Odoo, you're able to host on premises. There are some perhaps governmental entities that need to be on their servers. So you have the flexibility to do that. So you have access to the source code in that way. You can host with our SaaS, with our own cloud. So it's a great tool for you to be able to get your customer up and going really quickly in a very quick start fashion, for them to start utilizing the tool in a very rapidly. You can customize, but the level of customization only is you're able to achieve with the application called Studio. But now let's say that your end customer needs a level of perhaps they want to integrate with yet another application that they subscribe to. Perhaps they want to build something very specific to them. Perhaps you yourself as a partner have a very specific vertical that you work on and you want to distribute it with Odoo. What would be the best way to it? Well, you can have it with our servers. And our servers is where Odoo SH comes in. Odoo SH is a platform as a service that allows you to access the code through GitHub, through a GitHub repository. Odoo SH, though it's paid, allows you to be able to extract the code and of course have your own repository parallel to it for you to be able to customize things and of course service your customer that way. So you're able to of course have your databases live there as well as to create your personalizations live and do A/B testing as you see fit. Additional benefits, of course, the use of Odoo's trademark. You're able to utilize the Odoo's trademark in your documentation as well as in your marketing material. We have databases for you to try. For example, let's say that you have a demo database, you need to extend it. You would be able to extend it with us. You would be able to participate in an online forum that is private for partners. And this is really great for you to kick ideas around, to perhaps understand what other partners are developing. And most importantly, let's say that your customer wants something very specific. We don't want to lose that customer, but you can work with another partner that specializes in that. And we'll talk about that in a couple of slides here. You can also access the support packs, and support packs are really important for us. Let's say that we have a project and we hit a roadblock. And this roadblock could be expressed with perhaps the functionality of the training that I have, or perhaps some technicalities that I need to hash out. Well, you can access our experts. Our experts will be able to guide you along the way with our support packs. And this is both for development, technical help, as well as functional help, and onboarding your end customers. And then ultimately, we have these really great events that we have all over the map. And perhaps some of the folks that are visiting us and online have been to these events. And these events are a great way for us to evangelize the tool, for us to reach out to new customers, for us to go and do presentations, and of course a cocktail hour to continue growing the brand and continue growing the presence that we have. These events are also spearheaded and hosted alongside our partners, in which we create a demonstration and we give an open floor for the partners to be able to demonstrate their platforms. Perhaps they have a vertical that they work on, or perhaps they want to show a use case. And of course, this also works in conjunction with you to be able to generate new leads, new opportunities. So monetization of Odoo as partners. I think that this is the what everyone is most excited here about. So how do we monetize Odoo? So we have various ways of monetization, but it's truly up to you as the business owner to sort of create your business plan around the idea of Odoo. But we do have some established incentives for you as a partner. So Odoo Enterprise there's a cost associated to Odoo Enterprise in which it's based on a function of the number of users that the customer wants, as well as the applications that they're looking for. So based on that, and in that partnership level, you are able to commission yourself at a 10% rate, 15% rate, as well as a 20% rate if you are a ready silver or gold partner, respectively. So 10, 15, or 20%. Odoo SH, we just talked about Odoo SH, and as I mentioned earlier, it is a paid platform. But the benefit to you as a partner is that it was a platform that was constructed specifically for partners. It's a platform that you are able to monetize yourself up to $1,728 per year per project. So if you have multiple projects, then that would be the same amount per project that you would have. How to monetize Odoo? Services. And of course, the services are the cost of you doing business. And this, of course, runs the whole gamut, anywhere from pre-sales all the way down to support, and everything in between. As I mentioned to you, if you're developing the pre-sales, if you're developing for your customer, if you're implementing, if you're supporting them, that's up to you to decide. And of course, that's a way that you're able to monetize Odoo. Some of the partners specialize in different niches. Some partners are project managers. You can monetize it through project analysis, perhaps a gap analysis, data migration. You could create an API with a different product and app development, as I mentioned to you. On top of it, a vertical, functional training to your end customer, support, and database management. How to monetize Odoo again? By developing new applications and hosting them in our App Store. So our App Store, as I mentioned to you, we have about 20,000 different applications there, 22,000 different applications there. And if your application serves a very specific niche, then you're able to host it there. And of course, have that be available for everyone, for them to be able to adapt and enjoy. And then ultimately, I think this is something that we have seen more and more in the past, and it's something that I just touched on a little bit while I was mentioning sort of the reach of the internal channel, is that some partners are able to offer support to other partners. Again, each company is different. Perhaps a partner has more of an understanding as to how e-commerce works. Perhaps another one knows or focuses a little more on inventory management. And so if you want to combine those efforts, you can offer these services over to other partners. So ultimately, requirements for partnerships, just to wrap this up. What are the requirements for partnership? We have seen in the market, generally companies, different vendors rather of systems create these barriers of entry. We try to eliminate that. What we do ask is for the 3 tiers that we mentioned before. If you are a ready partner, we require for you to have 10 users as well as 1 certification. As a silver partner, 50 users and 2 certifications. And a gold partner, 150 users plus and 3 certifications. The cost of the partnership is $3,950. So I just want to finalize. I want to thank absolutely everyone that joined us in this webinar today. We have a quick gift for everyone at the end of my presentation. I do want to thank absolutely everyone. I want to thank my colleagues for helping everyone out with the questions and answers. If anyone has a question pertaining to partnerships, please reach out to me. My name again is JC Hincapie. In my triagram, my email address is JHI. For this, I hope that you stay safe. You and your loved ones stay safe. I look forward to speaking with you and answering any other questions that you may have. Once again, thank you guys very much, and I hope you have a great afternoon.